who are going to underperform in their relationship because they're uninspired to become the men that they're supposed to be because they know they're with the woman that they don't want.
So we talk a lot about submission. We, in these conversations, it's a big thing. Whoa, you saw submission, right? You saw submission. She submitted. Now, this goes back to what we're talking about earlier before. You have to be with a man who honors that submission. Like, submission ain't you do whatever I want you to do or whatever I tell you to do. If submission to a man makes a woman go against her values and morals, then that speaks to the caliber of the man. And so it's incumbent on the man to make sure that he's not putting his wife in a position to undermine her values, which undermines her as a woman. And eventually, like, let's say this didn't come out. Even if it didn't come out the way that it did, it was destined to break at some point, because you can't break a wife and then expect a fixed marriage. It doesn't work that way. So I think in all of this, the lesson for us men is, if you have a wife that is being a wife, she's submissive, and you can see her effort, you have the ability to make good on that and make her a better woman for the way she's coming after you. Or you can drive her in the dirt, you can drive her into the ground, you can drive her to insanity. Because whether we believe this or not, guys, if you really look at what love is, there's a close link between love and insanity. Like, the length that you will go to what looks crazy to other people to keep a relationship going, sometimes love looks like insanity. And I think in this instance, I think we see this playing out in real time.
But let me put my input. Chris, isn't that what we would want from our women to do? It's just unfortunate, I guess. She just had bad leadership. It's just unfortunate, but
he was not suitable.
You said what, Lou?
He was not suitable.
No, not at all. And I think that was just an unfortunate thing, that she loved him that hard that she I guess went to that what we consider extreme for him. Unfortunately, she fell in love with him, like Lou said, a unsuitable man, or a man with lack of leadership and real morals.
This is why alignment is so important. Just because, like you said, the love and insanity part, I think that's the thin line, because when you place that love in the wrong place, that's when it turns to insanity. But if I spend enough time with a woman and realize that we are aligned and that she walks the same walk that I have, we have similar values, when I place that love with her and me walking my path blindly or with blind faith isn't going to seem so crazy, because we're walking together in it. Like, I'm not going to be walking by myself. I think that's the most important thing. But then you have people that fake. You can have women that they'll just talk about, well, you'll have women that'll take my values that I give her and mirror them. I value integrity. And then the woman that wants me so bad, she'll pretend, yeah, I have morals and all that stuff. And then later down the line, you realize that they don't. So it's tricky. But
yeah, they're mirroring you at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's what she was doing with him, that supposedly.
And let's not forget, he was a college athlete. He's in great shape, and the women think he's very attractive. So why wouldn't she compete?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this? I think most men who are going to underperform in their relationship because they're uninspired to become the men that they're supposed to be, because they know they're with the woman that they don't want. I don't think that he wanted her. You know what I'm saying? I think that he thought that they were compatible. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about compatibility. You know, people say, "Oh, you got to be compatible to be compatible." I call cap. You know, compatibility is to live with someone without conflict, right? And we know that in relationships there are conflicts that tend to arise. And so for me, that's why I go back that they weren't suitable for each other. They might have been compatible, they weren't suitable. He was not the suitable man that she needed, right? But I think that he kind of took advantage of that and exploited it.
But I think what you're saying is real, but there's another layer, because compatibility is only measured by intent. Like, me and your intentions have to be 50 years married, honestly and loyally. Those, if our intentions match on that, great. But what if my intention is to just take advantage of you for 10 years? I see you're going to cook for me and clean and do this stuff and not ask any questions. I see you're just going to compete with the woman that I want to be with and try to emulate that. So I see opportunity in being with you because you're going to make this easy. I'm going to get all the wifely benefits. I'll get to do what I want, and all that's well and good. You're compatible with me because my intention is dark, and you're easy. I can place that. I could put you in that dark world and you'll live there just fine. You're compatible with me. But go ahead.
You know what, guys, these are really great points. But I want to tackle something Louise said. As a 16-year-old, married for going on 16 years, it'll be June 21st, 16 years. Let me tell you something about marriage. You're not going to always want the person you're with, right? You're going to have days where, listen, this woman is crazy. This woman gets on my nerves. This woman talks too much. This woman, her feet stink. And let's be honest, sometimes she's not going to want to be with you. When you make a commitment, though, you submit your wants to the decision you made to be with somebody. And I think one of the premier issues that is wrong with this generation is we care too much about what we want and how we feel. And until we put those things in check, we're going to keep on cheating on our spouses. We're going to keep on destroying our families up until we get about 55, 60 years old, and we have no legacy. We're ruined. Our reputation is gone. And all the likes we had on Instagram, all the people who liking your stuff now, you won't know them in 5 years, right? So I think we focus too much on want and on too much how we feel. And if you're going to be married and with somebody for any length of time, you need to get this in your head today. You're not going to always want them. Submit your want to your decision.
Maybe it's a thing that I wish I would have watched the entire episode so that I can get more context and be able to provide a better reasoning of what it is that I'm saying. I checked the article that says it's on, what's this, Atlanta Black Star, and she talks about how she was obsessed and had idolized him. That's what she said. She said she idolized her husband. And so as a result of her idolizing her husband, I would imagine that even though he was doing what he was doing, because she idolized him, she was trying to make it a way to where she would still be with him. So she obsessed herself with being able to see how she could compete with these other women. But at the same time, I know the statement was that people do crazy things involved in a, when they're involved in infidelity and in a relationship. I can understand that to a degree. But at some point, you have to say, you know what, enough is enough. And the only time that she seemed to do that was when she got publicly humiliated, right? And she also said that she was trying to, and I commend her for this part, she said that she was trying to stay in it because God hates divorce.